This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The start of early voting in Florida is now just 3 days away. There are many locations on the Suncoast where voters can go to cast their ballots ahead of the November 8th general election. ABC7's Rick Adams is joining us live now with more from the North County Library in Sarasota. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, this is one of 7 locations for early voting here in Sarasota County. It's something that more and more people are now doing.
It takes the stress out of that last-minute thing.
That's why Sarasota resident John Patrick says he typically votes early every election. This year won't be any different. Early voting in Sarasota and Manatee counties gets underway this Monday.
The early voting sites will be open for until November the 5th, which is 14 days. It will include 2 Saturdays and a Sunday, and they are spread throughout the county.
Kathy Dent says there are 7 early voting sites in Sarasota County, including the Supervisor of Elections location in Sarasota. The sites will be open from 8:30 in the morning until 6:30 at night. Voter Joan Coyne tells us there are many reasons why she likes to take advantage of early voting.
I just think it's, you know, you get there a little early, it's less waiting than on election day, and you just feel good it's over with.
In Manatee County, there will be 5 different locations hosting early voting, including the Supervisor of Elections site in Bradenton. Their hours will be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. this coming week, and then 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. the following week. Dent tells us vote by mail has become the most popular way for people to vote, but because of the convenience of early voting, more and more folks are casting their ballots prior to the general election.
Early voting sites, all 7 of them, any registered voter can go to any of those early voting sites.
And for a complete list of early voting sites here in Sarasota and Manatee counties, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Thank you, Rick. Voters in Sarasota County should watch out for any polling changes in locations. The Supervisor of Elections giving notice of changes to polling locations in precincts 329 and 339 for the general election. Voters should cast their ballots at St. Nathaniel's Episcopal Church in Northport on November 8th. But remember, you do have that option to vote early. Before you cast your ballot, you can hear from presidential nominee Donald Trump in person. Trump is scheduled to make a stop in Naples. He will hold a rally at the Collier County Fairgrounds at 6 p.m. And on Monday, Trump is scheduled to hold a rally in Tampa. That will be held at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater at 7 p.m. The venue boasts the largest capacity in the Tampa Bay area, holding up to 20,000 people. You can register for up to 2 tickets on Trump's campaign website. You can find the link on our website, mysuncoast.com. Among the heated presidential campaign, voters in Venice will have to make another tough call. Voters will help decide whether to approve millions of dollars in bonds. $30 million for roads and $16 million for a new police station. The current station is 25 years old, and the police chief says it's no longer efficient. The city council is looking for voters to make that decision.
The council has collectively voted to put this on the ballot. We have not voted to spend this money. The people will decide.
On top of those bonds, the city voted recently to increase the millage tax rate for all Venice residents. Law enforcement agencies across the Suncoast are modernizing through the implementation of community policing. Chief Bernadette DePino was honored this week as a finalist for the Cisco Community Policing Award. Meanwhile, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office also rolling out its rightful policing strategy. Some in the community say it's important to build stronger trust with law enforcement.
Really, there is no other way to build unless they see you being an active part of the community outside of the vehicles, you know, talking to kids, getting to know the neighbors. I think that is the best way.
Tonight on ABC7 at 7, we speak with agencies across Sarasota County about what they're doing to reach out to the public. And now it's time to get a check on our forecast, and it's looking really good, so let's head over to Bob.
Yeah, a lot of smiles talking about weather today. No hurricanes, no tropical systems to speak of, but just some nice autumn weather heading in. Temperatures for lows tonight down into the low 60s in most places under fair skies. Great weather for football Friday night, too. And as far as the dew point temperatures go, they're starting to drop over the panhandle, even in Jacksonville now. Still pretty high here, but they'll go down lower especially after midnight once that dry air starts to filter on in. The evening planner looks to be still into the mid-70s at 11 o'clock, but no mention of rainfall at all. The shower activity out in the Gulf of Mexico is really quite thin as a result of the dry air that's in place in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. And this area of low pressure will continue to track off toward the northeast. It could even bring some snow into upstate New York and northern New England states, possibly getting a little bit of wet snow there. Here comes that actual front. It's still back here over the panhandle. That's that real dry and cooler air. Now just settling in over the panhandle of Florida. We're getting a little prefrontal activity right now moving through, but boy, it's going to feel nice over the weekend. We'll have the complete details on your weekend weather coming up in just a few minutes. Haley.
Thank you, Bob. Trouble continues for Wells Fargo. We're learning about what employees there were asked to do to scam customers and why the Better Business Bureau stripped its accreditation. ABC's Danya Backus has the latest.
Former Wells Fargo employees coming forward, telling how they were pressured into signing up 2 million customers for programs without their knowledge.
You had to open 10 accounts every single day.
Kevin Pham, who left Wells Fargo in 2010, telling the New York Times the direction was like lions hunting zebras, saying they were encouraged to prey on people who spoke little English, college students, and the elderly. The banking giant now under criminal investigation into whether its employees committed false impersonation and identity theft as part of the scam. This, as the Better Business Bureau has dropped Wells Fargo's rating to a C- and stripped its accreditation.
Just about every major bank has had government actions against them. None quite like this one.
The bank has hired a new CEO, paid $2.6 million back to customers, ordered to pay $190 million in fines, and says it's ended all product sales goals. In a statement to ABC News, saying its #1 priority is making things right with our customers and restoring public trust. The question now is, will it be enough? The BBB says the loss of accreditation will stay on the bank's record for 3 years. No word on if the executives or employees would be held accountable under the criminal investigation. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And still to come on your Suncoast News, a trip to the chiropractor gone wrong. A former model goes to the doctor for a neck injury and is found dead several days later. Why some believe that trip to the chiropractor may be blamed for her death.
The celebration is heating up, and the prices just keep getting better during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or check out this stylish new Jeep Renegade starting at just $16,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called 3-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dotoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Your home is the largest investment you have. So when you're looking for furniture, window treatments, and accessories from America's top brands like Henredon, American Leather, and Hunter Douglas, the only place you need to go is Bacon's. Quality, service, price. Bacon's Furniture and Design, Sarasota.
Sometimes, when the course is difficult and you might take a step where you could fall, it's important to trust and ask for help. That's one of the most important things we learned at Tidewell's Teen Grief Retreat. On your grief journey, there are going to be difficult parts, but you have to trust in yourself and your support systems and know there are people around who will help you make it through. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Los Angeles officials say a former Playboy model may have died as the result of a neck injury caused by a chiropractor who manipulated her neck. Erica Knocklin reports.
34-year-old Katie May was a model seen in Playboy and GQ and was known as the queen of Snapchat.
I love you.
She was also the mom of a 7-year-old girl, Mia. Just days before she died in February, she tweeted, "Pinched a nerve in my neck on a photo shoot and got adjusted this morning. The next day, it still hurts, going back to chiropractor tomorrow." And now the LA County Coroner's Office cites neck manipulation by chiropractor as the cause of her injury that then led to a certain type of deadly stroke.
I would have never in a million years have thought that I would lose my baby sister to something like this.
Katie May's sister told me on the phone her family is angry and they hope talking with us will prevent someone else from having the same fate.
If people just knew that there are risk factors.
Chiropractic is very safe. I mean, I do it to my little children. I do it to my mom, who's almost 90 years old. I do it to all my patients.
Dr. Jeffrey Benton with the California Chiropractic Association says it's still unclear if Katie May already had an aneurysm or other underlying conditions. And he says any complications are extremely rare.
There's more deaths to opioid medications than there are to chiropractic manipulations.
The Mayo Clinic calls chiropractic adjustments safe, but says there are possible serious yet rare complications, such as a herniated disc, compression of nerves in the lower spinal column, and a certain type of stroke after neck manipulation. It says not to seek adjustments if you have severe osteoporosis, numbness and tingling, cancer in your spine, an increased risk of stroke, or excessive motion in the spine.
You have a vibrant, healthy, single mom who is at the brink of stardom. It's heartbreaking.
And information now on our Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk happening tomorrow. Thousands of families are preparing to walk in this year's. The theme is Real Men Wear Pink. And this all, of course, benefits American Cancer Society. You can come out and meet some of us here at ABC7. We will be out supporting the American Cancer Society. The walk will take place at the Sarasota Polo Club. Registration starts at 7:30 and then the walk is at 9 a.m. And Bob is one of our Real Men Wear Pink ambassadors. We'll get to him in a second. But first, Suncoast Traffic Watch. No crashes to report, but there are a few areas of red on the map, as you see there, along I-75 northbound to be expected this time of the day. And Bob is sporting his pink today, and we all will be tomorrow for sure.
That's right, Haley, right there, and still got the little button there. And you can still donate, too. If you can't make it to the walk, you can go to the website. Just do a Google search or a search engine. You go to your search engine and type in Real Men Wear Pink, Sarasota, Manatee counties, and you'll find it, and you can make your donation. That really helps out a lot of people who can't afford to get to their mammogram visits or maybe up to their cancer treatments. This kind of service helps provide that, obviously. And we anticipate some good weather for the walk, too. It's always a lot of fun. Last year, I think 10,000 people showed up. So it's a big event, huge event here along the Sun Coast, and for a wonderful cause. As far as the red tide goes, good news, it's going down. In fact, there's only a couple of spots reported in Manatee County where it's in the high category. At one point, that was up to about 6 to 7. In Sarasota County, you can only find a couple, and that's right there near New Pass, right there by the New Pass Bridge. Not nearly as much as we saw earlier this month and also last month down near Siesta Key. So again, there's some moderate categories, but they're kind of bunched up together right there in New Pass and into Sarasota Bay. But most of the bay is checking clear right now. It's in the high to medium categories. Not a lot of fish kills either going on at this point. There are a couple in Manatee County, but for the most part, that kind of episode is over for the time being, and we hope it stays that way. Looking at generally fair skies, a few clouds produced a few sprinkles today, but that was about it. We are anticipating, it looks like, Fair skies overnight and temperatures dropping quite significantly by tomorrow morning. And you can see a few showers out there in the Gulf of Mexico. You see this activity right here. That's a brush fire or a controlled burn. No rain associated with it, but that again is creating just a few brief showers, a little prefrontal trough, if you will. The real dry, cool air is still to the north of Gainesville. 85 degrees right now. Dew point is at 68. Winds out of the northwest at 14. The pressure pretty low, 29.80 inches, but it will be rising through the weekend. And it's the last day of the 80s for a while. 87 degrees, another hot day today. All week long, it's been in the upper 80s to low 90s at times. We were a few degrees shy of the record 91 set back in 1973. This morning's low was warm at 68, and we'll be down into the low 60s to start things off tomorrow morning, and upper 50s on Sunday morning. No rainfall to report, and for the month now we're doing pretty well. 81 degrees in Tallahassee now, 84 in Orlando, 86 now in Miami, and 84 in Key West, and around much of our area into the mid-80s, unless you're right on the water. This is taken at the end of the Venice Pier there. It's 81 degrees, Englewood at 81 as well. The forecast tomorrow looks absolutely outstanding. Lots of sunshine around, and a lot of people will be taking advantage of it. We've waited a long time for this, and the good news is it's coming on a weekend, which is really quite nice. It will be a bit breezy for boaters. That'll be about the only downside. If you plan on boating on Saturday, small craft advisories are in effect. Well, the rain falling now in West Virginia and Ohio, that's going to change over to snow in the upstate portions of New York and places to the north of it. There's the low pressure area too. Thankfully for this front, it's going to catch it. It's going to cause it to move away from the U.S. and not be a big factor here. We still have about a month and just a few days left before the official end of the hurricane season. Well, there it goes. Sunshine returns, and it stays with us throughout the weekend. Sunday looks to be really nice, too. The winds will let up on Sunday, so it should be a little bit better boating conditions. But tomorrow, not the best. Choppy conditions out there, and the water temperature at 80. That's going to really drop, too, with this front. We're going to see that drop down into the mid-70s more than likely by Monday. High tide 8:05. That's the next one up. And the forecast tonight, cooler overnight, mostly fair skies. 63 for the low now. And then tomorrow, sunny, 77. Boy, it's nice. Mostly sunny, and north winds 10 to 15. The extended forecast is calling for a nice forecast on Sunday. Cool, a cool start anyway. 50s. We'll even see some mid-50s inland. And then low 80s all the way through Wednesday. And then back into the mid-80s by Thursday and Friday. Well, I can tell you this, that I had a chance to get out to Longboat Key and actually check and see how the red tide conditions are personally, and I also caught some people fishing. Walking out to the pier on the south end of Longboat Key, I only saw a couple of dead fish, and from the looks of them, they'd been there a while. I also spotted fishing coach Steve Herrick of Beach Fishing Adventures, who had his hands full with a family from the cheese country.
Family-owned cheese company, and we have Henning cheese, we make cheddar cheese, we make the big wheels of cheese you see in the stores around the United States.
Really, those big wheels?
Those big ones.
No cheese here, but tons of bait and no signs of red tide.
The red tide, no. We've had a really strong pattern of northeasterly winds, and after the hurricane went through, as predicted, it had a positive effect on the red tide, flushing it out to sea.
But there were plenty of big snook. Wow, look at those snook down there. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was gonna give you a call, Bob.
They were stacked up, and so were many other species, like these spade fish. Drum, and snapper as well. Coach Steve was using number 2 eagle claw hooks with shrimp and greenbacks to catch the barnacle feeders, and pinfish, which Braden was proficient at catching, for the prize fish, snook. He threw this pinfish right in front of this huge snook, and wham, fish on. The big fish broke the line under the dock, a 50-pound leader. But all was not lost as the dad, Matt, was able to hook one up. Not as big, but still a lot of fun to catch. It was a great day fishing, and even I got some video of this rare red egret. I've never seen one before, looking for some fish as well. Well, you can see this little beach walk. And by the way, the Hennings, that's them right there. That's the daughter and the
cheese people.
That's right. And they're from the Kiel, Wisconsin, which is in the east portion. And last night they had the Green Bay Packers on the game.
Oh, yeah, they won.
CBS actually did a special story on their cheese factory.
Really?
102 years they've been in operation.
And
so.
you had just interviewed them.
Yeah, it's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, they say, well, they got the national network. Yeah, anyway,
Very
I couldn't show that because it's
a different network. Yeah.
But anyway, congratulations, Megan and Matt. And then Dave caught this one the day before with Steven. A nice big snook. snook out there, and this is a nice big cobia. Josh and Ava, yeah, Johnny got out there. Said it was bad on Wednesday. I was supposed to go with him Wednesday, but it wasn't too good out there as far as the fishing goes. But he did that on Thursday, I believe. And Breakwater Charters. This young man here, I didn't get his name, but Captain Brian Marcy says on Facebook, this was his first snook ever.
Wow.
And that's the biggest snook I've ever seen. I've never caught one that big in my life.
Wow.
And how lucky is he to catch the first one? He said he was thrilled when he caught and brought that in.
That he was. Well, we're just getting into the spirit here.
I forgot.
Yeah, you forgot you were wearing
Yeah.
this. These are some of the things you can come pick up at the ABC7 booth if you come join us in the morning and support Bob, who's going to be emceeing, and he's the Real Men Wear Pink ambassador for ABC7. So you got to come out, make your donation, do your walk, get all your pink stuff, wear your pink stuff. And
Yeah, I tell you, I went for the first time last year, and it was amazing. It's a lot of fun, high-spirited, a lot of energy to raise money for a great cause.
we're
And
supporting your wife.
my wife just had a double mastectomy, and she was out there today kind of setting things up.
Awesome.
And it looks to be pretty good right there at the
It's
polo grounds.
always fun, so come out and join us
That's right.
tomorrow. Thank
Go.
you, Bob.
All right, thank you.
Real Men Wear Pink. A transatlantic deal proposed today would reportedly create the world's largest listed tobacco company. British American Tobacco says it's making a proposal to acquire Reynolds American. The British company already owns 42% of Reynolds, but now wants to buy the remaining 58% for $47 billion. BAT says the merger would create the world's largest listed tobacco company by net sales and operating profit. BAT says it hasn't held any talks with Reynolds over this proposal just yet. If you had some trouble accessing Netflix or Spotify this morning, you were not alone. A massive cyber attack left Twitter, Netflix, PayPal, Reddit, and other popular websites at a standstill this morning. The outages are the result of a denial of service attack on large-scale domain manager DIN. These kinds of attacks are attempts to overwhelm websites with so much traffic that it impairs normal service. A post on Hacker News First identified this cyber attack mainly affecting the U.S. East Coast. Another technical standstill today. The computer system at the DMV, it went down for about an hour. It is now back up and running. The state's main DMV office in Tallahassee notified the downtown Sarasota location that all systems were down across the state. IT services worked together to fix the problem. The DMV isn't sure how or why their system went down. Members of the Northport Police Office want to have a chat with you over coffee. The department will be holding a Coffee with a Cop get-together on November 7th. It will be held at Panera Bread on Tamiami Trail from 9 to 10 a.m. The police chief, command staff, and officers will be there to hear your questions and concerns. A great opportunity. Entertainment news is coming up next.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Siccome un angelo in terra.
Sarasota Opera presents Donizetti's Don Pasquale.
6 performances from October 28th through November 13th. Reserve your tickets at sarasotaopera.org.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Can now hear Lady Gaga's new song about Trayvon Martin. Her new album, Joanne, is available in stores. Martin was 17 years old when he was shot and killed in 2012. Lady Gaga's song about Martin is called Angel Down. She says it's a response to what she calls the, quote, epidemic of young African Americans being murdered in this country. She ultimately concluded that it was her duty to speak out to some of her fans, some of whom had told her about their feelings of anxiety regarding police. Comedy legend Carol Burnett is coming back to the small screen. She's likely heading back to a series TV in a project with Amy Poehler on ABC. Poehler's publicist and ABC have confirmed the project for a sitcom. Burnett had a 6-decade run on stage, in films and television, where her Carol Burnett variety show aired for 11 seasons. Sarasota's own legend, Snooty, is being recognized. The 67-year-old manatee is in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's oldest manatee in captivity. He was brought to the South Florida Museum in Bradenton in 1949 when he was just a calf. The Guinness World Records reports that most manatees living in the wild die before they reach the age of 10. Snooty's longevity can be credited to his controlled living environment. Halloween is just around the corner, and spooky and creepy events are in full swing. The 4th annual Haunted Trails event is today. Families can walk their trick-or-treat trails and gather some goodies. A costume contest will also be open to the kids. The event is at Oscar Shearer State Park, beginning at 8 o'clock tonight. Tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for kids, and free for kids 5 and under. What a great one. We'll be right back.